Today 2K did drop the heat check set, man, on Friday, so we do need to go over the new snipe filters for you guys, so let's get right to it. The first filter we're going to go over is the heat check cheapest filter. For this, you just want to put your theme to heat check, and you're going to raise your maximum buyout up till you find the cheapest heat check players on your console, which should be Azura Stevens on both consoles. Right now on PlayStation, selling for about 17,500 MT. There's a million up for the exact same price, so you definitely want to scroll on this filter because there's obviously pink diamonds and diamonds that can pop up on here, but in this case, to scroll, it would be a 8 scroll or whatever this is. So you just want to lower your max buyout 50 MT, cheaper than whatever the price there's 2 or 3 or 4 cards up for, if they're for the same price, so that way you can still have the highest chance of sniping a pink diamond or whatnot, and then you don't have to scroll through 8 cards, man. So on this filter, looking to grab any of the amethysts. They're all around the same price. Most of the NBA amethysts are selling for about 20 to 22,000 MT. So technically at 17,500 you can buy and make profit, but I would grab any of the NBA players that pop up for 15k and below. And then for Azura, grab her for about 12,000 MT and below, maybe 13,000 you can get away with. Kind of just depends how much profit you want per snipe. And then obviously, if any diamond or pink diamond pops up, buy it as quick as possible, as the cheapest diamond is the WNBA player, selling for about 25,000 ish MT right now, which is profit at 17.5. Really good option, man. Hopefully we get tons of pop-ups. Maybe you'll get lucky and get a pink diamond, man. The next filter that we're going to go over is the Amethyst cheapest filter. For this, you just want to put your color to Amethyst, put your buyout up to about 10,000 MT is what they're selling for on PlayStation. Again, you definitely want to scroll because obviously there's, you know, DeAndre Ayton or so could pop up on here, and he's like 100,000 MT, plus the million other amethysts that sell for 20, 40, 60,000 MT, man. So you want to scroll on the cheapest one. You can either do it either way, scroll through the 2 or lower your buyout 50 below that to have a no scroll. However you want to work this, pretty much you got Jose Calderon, who's selling for about 12,000, and this other WNBA player. They're all like in the 14k range, the WNBA players, besides maybe like Kate Martin. So anybody else pops up, anybody from today's set, the heat check set pops up, it's a snipe. We just saw that they're selling for 17,000, which is a big W, and why both these filters are good, because if someone pulls one of the amethysts from today's set, a lot of times people will just look up how much are amethysts, and then they'll throw their heat check card up for 9,950 or 10,000, and then that's obviously profit when you can sell them for 17,000+ MT. So any heat check pops up, buy it as quick as possible. You're looking for any of these cheapest, Jose Calderon, this Carrington for about 7,000 MT and below, I would say maybe 7,500 at the most. Snipe those, resell for profit. Obviously, if Jose is selling at about 12,000, you can pick him up for a little bit more, 8.5k. But in general, any of the WNBA players, the wild gems amethyst, the cheapest are down to like 15,000, so be cautious with those as well. You always want to snipe at least, you know, try and get them for 5k cheaper than the cheapest one that is up. But really good option today. Spend some time on it and stack up that MT. The next filter that we're going to go over is the heat check Eastern Conference filter. For this, you want to put your theme to heat check, put your conference to Eastern, and you're going to raise your buyout until you find the cheapest Quentin Grimes, who's selling for about 20,000 MT. This gives you a little bit more room for sniping the higher end cards, man. You have a lot of options from the heat check set that are on just the heat check non-Eastern filter, but here you can raise your buyout a little more and you still have most of the good cards to snipe, man. Quentin Grimes, Rashard Lewis is the next expensive amethyst at like 23,000, and then you have the WNBA player Diamond that can pop up on here as well. You want to grab her for as long as she's 5,000 MT more than whatever price you're picking her up at. you're gonna make profit, man. Just monitor her price. Sometimes they'll get down to like 22,000, and then you don't really want to pick that up on the scroll you're working. Quentin Grimes, you want to grab for 15k and below, and Rashard Lewis, I would say maybe 17,000 MT and below, just to make sure you get your profit. And then you can see Carmelo Anthony pink diamond on here, as well as Brook Lopez and the other expensive diamond that I can't think of right now. Really good filter. Obviously, if any of those more expensive cards pop up, pick them up as quick as possible. Glenn Robinson is the other card. So really good filter, spend some time on it. Hopefully you get something crazy. The next filter that we're going to go over is the diamond cheapest filter. For this, you want to put your color to diamond. The cheapest diamonds in the game on PlayStation are selling for about 28,000 MT right now, which is great news for us on the other filters. Chimike is at 29,000 cheapest on PlayStation. So if you're working the Eastern filter, definitely pick her up if she pops up on the scroll you're working for around 20k. It is definitely nice profit. So be cautious on that one. Like I said, the Amethyst, grab them for cheaper, and then if anybody else pops up, grab them. On this filter, you're going to want to scroll on the cheapest Alyssa Thomas. In this case, obviously pricing could change a little bit depending on when you're watching this video. You want to snipe any expensive wild gems player. You got lots of options that can pop up on here. Again, I can't go over it as these get way too long. The best way is to scroll your maximum buyout up if you're not sure of the pricing of cards to like 40,000, where you know, okay, if I snipe it for 28k and it sells for over 40,000, I'm making profit. And then just scroll through, make a mental note of all these names: David Wesley, Michael Adams, Kenny Anderson, Scott Skiles, Damon. So if when you're scrolling, a card that you didn't read after you scrolled all the way to the end pops up, you know that it sells for over 40,000 at least. And that's a great, easy way to know which cards to pick up. But obviously you're looking for Jay Williams, Raja Bell. Grab those if they pop up. Any of the like Brook Lopez and the other expensive diamond that I forgot the name again, pick those up if they pop up. And then grab these cheap WNBA players for about 6,000 MT, cheaper than the cheapest one, so for around 23,000 MT. You can enable all these WNBA players, but earlier it didn't really make sense because we had Wild Gems players pretty cheap as well at 35,000. I wouldn't spend the MT to go ahead and enable these cards just to get an extra 4,000 room on Diamond cheapest, so keep that in mind. But later on, when the Wild Gems rare back out, it's always an option to enable those cards as well. The next filter that we're going to go over is the small forward diamond cheapest filter. For this, you want to put your position to small forward, put your color to diamond, and find the cheapest card on your console on this filter, which right now is Junior Bridgman, selling for about 45,000 MT. All the cheapest cards here are around 45 to 50,000 MT, and then you have tons of great options that can pop up on here as well. So this filter is great because the cheapest diamond, as we just saw, is 28,000. And if any card pops up on here for 28,000 or below, it is 1,000,000% profit. Pick it up, resell it for however much it's selling for. Have some good options on here that can pop up. I mean, Latrell Sprewell is one of the lock-in diamonds. He's on here. You've got a bunch of others. Again, we're not getting into it because I keep making the videos way too long. So really good options. Snipe any of these cheapo diamonds for about 10,000 MT, cheaper than the cheapest one, I would say, because again, the wild gems are a little bit harder to sell. So grab them for 35k and below if they pop up, and resell them for however much they're selling for. The next filter that we're going to go over is the center diamond high-end filter. For this, you just want to put your position to center, put your color to diamond, and then you're going to raise your minimum buyout up to 100,000 MT. Looking for any diamond center that sells for over 120-ish thousand MT. So Miles Turner, you've got Jack Sigma, Tyson Chandler, lots of diamond centers that can pop up on here. Any of those, pick them up as quick as possible if they pop up. And that's pretty much it. Since you have your minimum buyout at 100k, you're only going to see cards that sell for 100. So you can try lowering this a bit on your console, see if you can get this any lower. It's obviously better. See if we can get down to 90,000 and still a one scroll. You want to get this number as low as possible and still be on a working scroll. Another option for you guys is to just literally switch between positions. Once you have it at 100k, it's obviously a little bit better because you can then scroll through less cards when you switch positions, but still a great option. Keep this at 100k and just switch point guard, shooting guard, and go through them all. Center, probably one of the best ones, but right now they're all pretty short scrolls and are able to get snipes on here. Imagine just a freaking Latrell Sprewell would be crazy. Spend some time on this filter, either just chill on center so you don't miss anything, or just switch through them all and just go back and forth. Really good options either way. The next filter that we're gonna go over is the Ruby Series 1 cheapest filter. Y'all thought I forgot. For this, you want to put your color to Ruby, put your theme to Series 1, and you're gonna raise your maximum buyout up so you find the cheapest card, which is Nanika, selling for around 17,000 MT. As of right now, when I'm recording this, pretty much all the NBA players are Snipe at that price point. Let's see if that changed. Yeah, all the NBA players are selling for at least 20,000. I would still recommend picking them up only if they pop up for 15k and below. Look at K just got listed here for 18,000. Kawhi for 19.5. Yo, I low-key don't know his price, man. We're gonna look into that, but a really good option. Grab any NBA player that pops up for 15k and below. Should definitely be able to get profit for it at that price point. And then you want to grab any of these cheaper WNBA players for about 10,000 MT and below. Give yourself plenty of room for profit because they are sometimes hard to sell. And then obviously, like, Caitlin Clark is profit. Angel Reese probably should be profit at this price point as well. Really good filter, man. Lots of snipes pop up on here on Fridays, so definitely spend some time on this filter. And the last filter we're gonna go over is the pink diamond filter. For this, you just want to put your color to pink diamond, put your minimum buyout to 500, and refresh. Apparently, all the WNBA players are selling for profit now. Would be my guess that they've rared out. I don't know. I saw the new WNBA player, Pink Diamond, today. She is. I saw it pass because, you know, you just never know. But I should have picked her up. 133,000 right now. Obviously, monitor this price. Monitor the price of the other WNBA players. But definitely, other than that, any NBA player pops up, buy them as quick as possible while you're refreshing on here. And then obviously anything that pops up at all for under 80k is guaranteed profit, so snag it for that. I would even say 90k, you should pick it up, because even if the WNBA player sells for 100k, you just break even and you have a chance of making more profit than that as well. So really good option. Tons of pink diamonds in the game that could pop up on here. Hopefully people are getting snipes. You just gotta be lucky and be on it at the right time, man. That's it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, man. If you did, smash the like button for me. I would appreciate it. If you guys want to see all the crazy snipes that you guys got last week, click the video that's popping up on screen. Jay Grinds out.